Alucard was gone by the time I woke up. I knew he'd only recently left. The bed was still warm where he slept, and I felt the ghost of his arms wrapped around me. I wasn't expecting him to be warm. I blushed, rubbing my arms when I noticed the markings on both sides coiling up to my shoulders. "You gotta be kidding me," I murmured in dread, moving my arms around to better examine them. A stranger would have taken them for occultist tattoos. I wonder if Alucard knew what it meant. I dressed myself and went to the kitchen. Alucard wasn't there. In his place was a note saying he'd gone to restock the freeze box, meaning he'd gone out hunting. In this weather, I look out the window at the grey mist and the pouring rain. I hoped vampires didn't get colds. I spent the morning creating an elixir for colds in the hospital. Alucard was half human, and humans were susceptible to colds. I'm no healer, but this should help him if he returns sniffling, and I'll make a nice hot broth for both of us later. I told the tattered painting of Alucard's mother hanging on the wall. "I wish I got to know you. Alucard says you were a kind soul." I smiled. I guess it runs in the family. The scars prickled on my back along with the newfound markings on my arms. "I'm just a mystery, wrapped in an enigma." I shrugged, rubbing my arms. "Even to me." I put on the wool cloak, covering the markings of my own skin from the chill, and headed to the library. The library was a cozy sanctuary by now, a perfect place to spend a rainy day. I knew its dark walls, warm air, and the smell of old books as a safe, comforting place. I wanted to find a book about the mysterious markings on my arms, if it was related to my staff. A bookkeeper whizzed past me. "Excuse me, can you help me find?" It didn't stop at my request. Wait, I followed it as it zipped through the halls. That's strange. They don't usually ignore me. Another one flew by. So did another and another. I gripped my staff and quickly followed. The bookkeepers flocked like birds, completely ignoring me as I ran behind. My eyes darted at the shadowy figures, more curious than scared. I've never seen more than one at once before. It's like they're answering a distant call. I stopped dead in my tracks when I entered a large, dusty room where I first found the Enochian scrolls. The bookkeepers circled around a robed night creature with an owl's face and talon-like hands. I instantly knew it was the type of night creature that was once human, a damned soul brought back from hell by a Forge Master's magic into a new body. The staff glowed as I watched the night creature send out the bookkeepers to their task. It jerked its head and looked me dead in the eyes. "Be at peace, I will not harm you." The night creature spoke in a thin voice that carried an ancient wisdom. Night creatures do nothing but harm. I pointed my staff, feeling its power thrum. I am a different breed. The night creature backed away with genuine fear in its eyes. "Not a servant of death." A bookkeeper approached and whispered in its tufted ear. He murmured back, and the spectral creature disappeared. "You're in charge of the bookkeepers." I lowered my staff. "Yes," the creature responded in whistling voice. "They helped me turn the library at my command." "They do a good job of it," I remarked, hackles still raised. "Who are you?" "I am the master of this library," the night creature introduced. "Keeper of the books. My name was lost with my former life. I am simply known as the Librarian." "Nice to meet you." I bravely approached. "I knew you were that type. I saw the remnants of humanity in your eyes. You were a person, perhaps not so long ago." The librarian backed away, more afraid of me than I was of him. I lay the staff at my feet. "I won't hurt you, as long as you don't hurt me." "I shall not hurt you." "Good." I introduced myself. "I frequent this library, searching for knowledge and keys to my past." "I know," the librarian hissed. "You keep my bookkeepers busy. They speak much of you, and I've watched you with my own eyes. Anyone else would have been downright horrified of a demon keeping secret watch over them. I felt the opposite. If the librarian was aware of me the entire time, he would have taken any of those chances to hurt me." "Nice to know I've been spied on," I remarked. "Though I can't blame you. I must be the first person to use this library in a long time. How long have you been here?" "Time has stopped for me," the librarian answered. The librarian answered, I no longer keep track of days or months, not even from the shifts of the moon. It does not matter. My new life and purpose is to the books. I noticed kept a great distance from me. Whenever I moved close to hear him better, he backed away, as if I were ridden with plague. I've never seen a night creature act apprehensive around a living human. Even with my staff out of reach, he still had feathers raised like hackles. I made myself as harmless as possible by taking a leisurely seat in the worn couch. It's interesting talking to you. You're the first night creature that doesn't instantly want to kill me. I patted the arm of the couch across from me, offering him a seat. The librarian stepped closer, but kept far enough where I couldn't touch him with an outstretched hand. I am of a different breed. The librarian spoke. I was not forged to feast on flesh and kill. The Forge Master who brought me to life once more created me for the task of overseeing the library. At his master's request. Dracula? I sat up straight. Yes, the librarian chittered. He wanted to preserve the knowledge kept in these vast halls so it can never be lost to time and memory. The Forge Master who crafted me summoned my soul from hell with specific intent, not of violence, like others of my kind. That's why I will not harm you. My nature is inherently different. That's pretty impressive. I scratched under my sleeves, amazed. I wonder if there are others like you. Who was the Forge Master that brought you back? A wise man named Isaac, the librarian answered. He no longer visits the library, nor does his master. They used to frequent here, but alas, no more. That's because Dracula is dead, I told the night creature regrettably. Maybe Isaac too, but who knows? I heard rumors of a powerful Forge Master amassing an army of the damned in the Sahara. Maybe that's him. I hope it is. The other one I've heard about is enslaved by a vampire queen. Though they are just rumors, the librarian showed no shock or grief at this news. There is another master, the sun. He frequents this place, often alone and melancholy, until you arrived. That's Alucard. I scratched, suppressing my blush. Have you talked to him? No, but I have watched him. The librarian blinked his glowing owl eyes. He is very fond of you. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty fond of him too. I coughed and changed the subject. Could you help me find something, librarian? What is it you seek? There are things about me I barely understand. Last night, Alucard and I defended our home from night creatures. I tapped into this power deep within me and destroyed a whole lot of them. The surviving creatures fled, and these marks appeared when I unleashed that power. I rolled up my sleeve to my shoulder. I want to know what this means. The librarian puffed his feathers out like an actual owl and hissed. It's okay. I sprung up and gestured. I promise I won't hurt you. I swear on it. This means something to you, else you wouldn't be afraid. Please tell me, or show me where I can find the answer. The librarian's eyes flickered. You do not know. I wouldn't be asking you if I did. I gripped the seat. I've always gotten pieces, never the whole picture. I'm supposed to live in the present and look forward to the future, but how can I live for the future without the foundation of my past? I can't forget it, because the memory keeps flashing back. I can't ignore it, because I have a glowing magic staff that vaporizes demons. To find who I am, I need to know who I was. So please, tell me, what am I? What will I become? The librarian stood silent, like a demonic gargoyle. Please, I cried. I don't want to live in ignorance anymore. His feathers flattened, and he gazed onto me with clear yellow eyes. You are my antithesis. His voice clearer than a ringing bell. I don't understand. I wavered, unashamed of my tears. As I am a servant of the dark, you are a servant of the light, a messenger of heaven instead of hell. I felt a cold block of ice melt inside my heart. It's true. I shuddered. I am an angel. The librarian dipped his head. Again. Yes. B. But how did you... No. How does a cat know a dog or a lion know a hyena? Is its foe. Instinct deep down. We are mortal enemies despite our differences among our own kind. I don't have to be your enemy. I smiled. Nah, you're right. You're not like other demons, and I'm not like other angels. Heck, I'm not even a real angel if I was cast out with burnt wings. Am I still such a divine creature? I have a human body with human needs and emotions. Are my powers and strange marking only vestiges of my past identity? The answer to those questions lies elsewhere. Perhaps you will find it within these books and old tomes. The librarian answered when I inquired. Regardless, your inner nature is unchanged, and I can sense it. Other creatures of darkness will sense it too, and take advantage of your mortal form. They'll jump at any chance to kill you. He blinked with a glint in his eye. But I will not. I am not a servant of death. I am the keeper of the books. Anger. I ran to Alucard when he returned, drenched and bloodied with a full deer carcass over his shoulder. He set it down when I embraced him. Little one, I didn't expect such a warm welcome. He chuckled like a giant, rubbing my head with his clean arm. When he saw my tears, he frowned. My dear, what is wrong? Nothing's wrong. There's so much I have to tell you. I recounted the meeting with the librarian and the answers I finally had about my past. A night creature that is peaceful, Alucard wondered. Yes, Isaac was powerful and experienced enough to reshape a night creature out of its basic instincts, though I would much like to meet this librarian in person, just to be sure he isn't a danger. You taking it extremely well, I remarked. None of this shocks you. Well, learning that a demon has been living peacefully in the library under our noses is startling. As for the revelation of your past, I'm not shocked. I've suspected it since the beginning. I knew you were special. Alucard kissed me on the cheek, leaving me completely stunned. Never in my life did I think myself deserving of a guardian angel.